Mary Hotel. So my family came from South Africa back in the 70s. And we were always having family come and visit us. And by the way, we lived in California. Well, anytime that we would have family come visit us, part of the touring was we would go and we would see the Queen Mary retired ship and presently a hotel. It kind of looked like the Titanic if you would squint. This is what it looked like, by the way. Anyways, so a little background information. I was 5 years old and I was always going with my mom on these excursions. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the most fun. I hated the dark and scary shit. And this whole tour seemed like it was meant to kind of spook you. So you can imagine my excitement when we would go to the ship. Anyways, so you know, the one day we are trailing behind the other people who are on this tour as well, and at one point we stop and we see the indoor pool, which I was happy about. That sounded more my speed than anything else on this fucking tour. This is what it looked like, by the way. So I remember looking down from the walkway to see how cool an indoor pool would be, and to my surprise there was a little girl down there and she was waving at me, so I waved back at her. Honestly, I was just so thankful to see another kid because like sis was bored and not having the best time. Anyways, so she waved at me like, you know, kind of like a come over here motion, you know, with her hand, because she wanted me to come swimming with her. She wasn't wearing a bathing suit, but you know, it sounded legit. Okay, so I remember tugging on my mom and I'm like, Mom, I want to go swimming. And she was like, what the hell's wrong with you? No, we're not going swimming. So, you know, then we continued along with everybody else and I looked down and she's still waving at me to come down and go swimming with her. So I asked my mom again, I'm like, Mom, can we go swimming? And of course she says no, and then I'm like, well, why does she get to go swimming? And then, you know, she kind of just yanked me and, you know, we moved on with the tour. I was literally so jealous that this girl got to go swimming and I did not. Well, fast forward to whenever I'm in my 40s, I am watching YouTube and I come across one of those like ridiculous but scary ghost hunter shows, and this time they were going to visit the Queen Mary. So, you know, at one point they entered the pool area and began talking about the spirit of a little girl. They were like, the ship's most famous spirit is a little girl named Jackie who wandered into the first class swimming pool unsupervised and she drowned to death in the pool. Since then, visitors and crew members have reported splashing water from the empty area and